The 5 most important people in Bulgarian history. The number 5 of our list is Todor Zhikov. Was a Bulgarian communist statesman who served as the de facto leader of the People's Republic of Bulgaria from 1956 until 1989 as a general secretary of the Bulgarian Communist Party. He was the youngest and second longest serving leader in the Eastern Bloc. His rule remained unchallenged until the deterioration of East-West relations in the 1980s. When a stagnating economic situation, a worsening international image, and growing careerism and corruption in the Bulgarian Communist Party weakened his position. He resigned on November 10, 1989, under pressure by senior Bulgarian Communist Party members, due to his refusal to recognize problems and deal with public protests. Within a month of Zhivkov's ouster, communist rule in Bulgaria had effectively ended. And within nearly a year, the People's Republic of Bulgaria had formally ceased to exist. The number 4 in our list is the biggest Bulgarian national hero, Vasil Levski. Born Vasil Ivanov Kunchev in July 18, 1837, died on February 18, 1873. Was a Bulgarian revolutionary, and is a national hero of Bulgaria today. Dubbed the Apostle of Freedom, Levski ideologized and strategized a revolutionary movement to liberate Bulgaria from Ottoman rule. Levski envisioned Bulgaria as a democratic republic. He said, "We will be free and complete liberty where the Bulgarian lives. People of whatever ethnicity live in this heaven of ours, they will be equal in rights to the Bulgarian in everything." Levski held that all religious and ethnic groups in a free Bulgaria, Bulgarians, Turks, Jews, or others, should enjoy equal rights. He reiterated that the Bulgarian revolutionaries fought against the Sultan's government, not against the Turkish people and their religion. He said, "We're not driving away the Turkish people nor their faith, but the emperor and his laws, which has been ruling not only us, but the Turk himself in a barbarian way." Levski was prepared to sacrifice his life for the revolution and place Bulgaria and the Bulgarian people above personal interests. He said, "If I shall win, I shall win for the entire people. If I shall lose, I shall lose only myself." Number 3 on our list is Saint Paisius of Highlander. He was a Bulgarian clergyman and a key Bulgarian national revival figure. He is most famous for being the author of the History of Slavic Bulgaria. The book was the first attempt to write a complete history of Bulgaria, and attempted to awake and strengthen Bulgarian national consciousnesses. Written in 1762, the most famous part of the whole book is the following paragraph. "Oh, you unwise moron! Why are you ashamed to call yourself a Bulgarian, and why don't you read and speak in your native language? Weren't Bulgarians powerful and glorious once? Didn't they take taxes from strong Romans and wise Greeks? Out of all the Slavic nations they were the bravest one. Our rulers were the first ones to call themselves kings, the first ones to have patriarchs, the first ones to baptize their people. Why are you ashamed of your great history and your great language, and why do you leave it to turn yourselves into Greeks? Why do you think they are any better than you? Well, here you're right, because did you see a Greek leave his country and ancestry like you do?" The book discussed various historic events, a chapter about the Slavic teachers, the disciples of Cyril and Methodius. As Paisius toured Bulgaria as a mendicant monk, he brought his work, which was copied and spread among the Bulgarians. The number 2 on our list is for Boris the First of Bulgaria. The reign of Boris the First was marked with significant events that shaped Bulgarian and European history. He Christianizes Bulgaria in 864. Boris I successfully exploited the conflict between the Patriarchate of Constantinople and the papacy to secure an autocephalous Bulgarian church. When in 885 the disciples of Saints Cyril and Methodius were banished from Great Moravia, Boris I gave them refuge, and provided assistance to develop the Cyrillic script and the Slavic literature. After he abdicated in 889, his eldest son and successor tried to restore the old pagan religion, but was deposed by Boris I during the Council of Preslav which followed that event. The Byzantine clergy was replaced with Bulgarians, and the Greek language was replaced with the new alphabet which was called Cyrillic, and was declared the official alphabet in Bulgaria in 893. The Slavic language was declared as the official in the same year. In the following centuries, this alphabet was adopted by other Slavic peoples and states. He is regarded as a saint in the Orthodox Church, as the Prince and Baptizer of Bulgaria, and is equal to the Apostles, with his feast day observed on May 2nd. And number 1 on our list is Khan Asperu.
Us, Хан Аспарух, обявявам тази земя за държава на българите. И нека тези, които идват след нас и носят нашето име, и обичат, и пазят. Казах.
Asperu was made the leader of the Onagar tribe by his father. After his father's death, Asperu would have acknowledged the rule of his older brother Batbayan, but the state disintegrated under Khazar attack in 668. And he and his brothers parted ways, leading their people to seek a more secure home in other lands. Asperu was followed by 30,000 to 50,000 Bulgars. He reached the Danube and settled in the Danube Delta. The Byzantine Emperor Constantine IV marched against the Bulgars and their Slav allies in 680, and forced his opponents to seek shelter in a fortified encampment. Compelled to abandon the leadership of his army, in order to seek medical treatment for his illnesses in Anchialo, Constantine IV inadvertently demoralized his troops, who gave in to rumors that their emperor had fled. Asperu's victory led to the Bulgarian conquest of Mysia, and the establishment of some sort of alliance between the Bulgars and the local Slavic groups. As Asperu commenced to raid across the mountains into Byzantine Thrace in 681, Constantine IV decided to cut his losses and conclude a treaty, whereby the Byzantine Empire paid the Bulgars an annual tribute. These events are seen as the establishment of the Bulgarian state, and its recognition by the Byzantine Empire in 681. Asperu belonged to the Dulo clan and would have reigned from 668 to 695. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to share and subscribe to Foreigner BG Facebook page and YouTube channel.